Welcome to 5 Minutes, your quick dive into the wide-ranging world of insurance, technology, and leadership. I'm Miguel Edwards, and I'll be your guide as we explore these topics that are transforming not just the insurance industry, but the business world at large. Along with sharing observations I've made over the span of my career in insurance, technology, and operations, I'll be chatting with some of the brightest minds in business and leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising star, an industry expert, or just curious about how technology is revolutionizing insurance, this is your perfect spot for your weekly dose of insights. This is 5 Minutes. I'll just say, for the industry, and you're here at ITC, what is really, what are you gravitating to? What are you seeing and you're saying, we need to think more about this? What do you see on the street?
Yeah, so I think for us, we're still new. We're still the new kids on the block, right? There aren't a lot of new startup carriers. It's a pretty unique thing. And
sure.
So getting our name out there for us is really big. I think that's part of what we're trying to do now. I think continuing to expand our distribution is important. Like I said, we work a lot with independent retail agents, but continue to expand that into more omni-channel and also sort of double down on that channel as well is important.
Yep.
I think the industry as a whole, we're excited about the new technology capabilities. We are lucky to be building at a time where we knew what LLMs were capable of.
Right.
When we started, it's only been 2 years, so we knew what LLMs could be capable of. And so we've built our platform in a way to take advantage of these things.
Yep.
So it's truly native. I think for the industry, people are going to be trying to figure out how to bolt on some of the things that we're doing.
Right.
How do we add agentic workflows to customer service?
Right.
I think that's really simple for us because our data is really clean. So a customer can come in. We already know based on the email that they're chatting with, or we ask them for their name, we can pull up their policy details. I think the industry as a whole is going to adopt that pretty quickly. I think they have to. I think that's kind of table stakes. But then, as we think about some of the things we talked about with the number of data points that we can gather, whether it's first-party data that's source of truth or inferred data that we're using more interesting machine learning models to derive, I think the industry is going to move there too, and I think it's a really good thing I think it's great for policyholders. I think you'll get more fair pricing, more segmentation, more folks who are willing to write something that previously would have been a decline.
Yep.
I think it's good for agents because you'll get more clarity around what's covered and what's not. I think one of the simplest use cases for agentic workflows is compare these two quotes, right? Compare these two documents.
Right.
Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, they're great at that.
Sure.
And when you think about what an agent is, they spend tons of time doing that. Tons of time. So I think overall, the market will get more efficient as it should. And I think what that means is the end policyholder should get more attention from their agent. Say, do we have the right coverage? Am I protected for the things I really need to be worried about? And then the industry can be more efficient and do our job better, which is really about risk transfer and risk aggregation. One of the things we talk about, forgive me for going on a little bit of a tangent here, is just how important insurance is to American economic exceptionalism.
Oh my gosh.
We talk about this all the time, but what makes America special is that we actually reward risk takers.
Yeah.
You can't do that without a really well-developed insurance system.
Yep.
And so whether you're starting a laundromat, you're a Korean immigrant in LA, and that's the business you want to start, or you've inherited your grandfather's grocery store and you want to expand, you need the right coverage to feel confident to do that.
Yep.
And then when things go wrong, insurance companies like ourselves are there to step in and protect livelihoods, protect businesses, protect communities. And I think the more we can do to make that efficient and clear, the better off what we do for the economy it really is.
I laugh, Grant, because I had this very same conversation with Andrew Mays yesterday, Commissioner of Connecticut, and talking about the work that we have to do as an industry to advocate more to help kind of educate people on what coverages do and how they serve the economy. And we literally said, nothing would happen in this world for it not insurance.
It's the backbone of our economy.
Right? Exactly. And so that's really fascinating. And I really think about what you were talking about using LLMs and Claude and even some of this omni-channel support. We've actually been talking about it in this room here too, just amongst ourselves, how to educate the consumer on what they're covered for and what they're not, so that they can better understand how to utilize insurance as that kind of that risk transfer mechanism to then go off and enterprise,
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for the time. I know you guys are super busy here. You've got things to get at, and I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure.
We always love seeing you.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.